Hey everyone, Vince here. I'm reviewing some reward platforms for you all today to see how they hold up in 2026. I hope you enjoy. First up, we have an application called Lovely Pets. And this is what it looks like when you launch it up. Top left corner of the screen, you have your coin-based currency. To the right of that, we have a more premium gem-based currency. Essentially, the way you generate those gems is from either watching advertisements or completing tasks such as surveys or offers within the application itself. In fact, you get 1 gem for every 10 points here in Australia. Now you've probably noticed we have a little dog at the bottom of the screen. Underneath that we have some actions that we can perform for the dog, such as food, water, play, and sleep. If you tap on the little hearts, that will give you 1 single coin. So the way to break it down, 1 coin equals a heart, so obviously you're just going to keep on spamming the screen and collecting as many hearts as possible. So if I tap water right now the dog's drinking that water, and now the hearts have started to appear slowly. To be fair though, the hearts should appear on their own over time. Now before we jump into anything else, let me just break down the currency system here in Australia. So at least in my country, everyone, 20,000 of the coins converts into $2 worth of USD currency. 50,000 is $5, 100,000 is $10, 200,000 is $20, and 250,000 is $25. Now tapping on the Playtime Rewards section is going to take you to their Playtime Rewards system. Here you'll notice that I can get almost 500,000 of those coins if I'm actually able to go through and complete the offer. But the thing is everyone, this is going to be a very difficult offer. You'll find for the more easier levels that you get through, you don't really get that many coins. The bulk of it is right at the bottom. To be fair, that happens with the majority of reward apps anyway, realistically. Now tapping on the Earn More button gives you a breakdown of all the different offer walls that are available on Lovely Pets. Again, at least here in Australia. Checking out CPX research, the highest survey I currently have is for 20,000 of the points, which is $2 USD. We then have A Studios, and while at least in my country, some of these prices are actually pretty decent, I have to say, Lovely Pet, in my opinion, does not have the highest rates. In fact, it's actually pretty standard across the board. If not, some of these offers are actually lacking quite a bit. Again, though, like we've seen with many reward apps over the last year or so, a lot of the rates have been cut quite dramatically, at least in my opinion. So I'm not going to go through every single offer wall today, but that's what I get here in my country. They do have a mini game area, but I don't really waste my time with that section. They have an invite system. In fact, if you tap on the enter code button, they will actually let you enter in a referral code, and supposedly you'll get 1,000 points. In case you do want to use Lovely Pet and you want to support my channel, you can use my referral code if you want to, completely up to you. So how did my tests go? Well everyone, I withdrew $5 worth of USD currency, and I was able to do that from the referrals I made throughout the year. And yes, as you can see, it does state success on the application, and I am happy to say within about 2 days or so, I did receive that PayPal currency. So that was great to see. So that's my review of Lovely Pet. Quite an old app, but still pretty decent. Either way, let's move on to the next platform. I just thought I'd quickly mention, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, everyone, if you're enjoying the content. And of course, check out my social media links in the description below. Thank you so much. Next up, we have a platform called CashInStyle. And this is what it looks like when you first log in. Top right corner of the screen, you have your account balance. You'll notice I have $9.27 worth of USD currency. Now, while on the main screen here, you can go through and get a quick glance of essentially what's available on the platform in your own country. Again, yours won't look like mine more than likely, so just keep that in mind. What I like to do is actually go to the left side of the screen and browse through each of the tabs. First thing we'll talk about though is the withdrawal options. So here in Australia, I have the PayPal currency withdrawal, Litecoin, Bitcoin, and tremendous gift cards. At the time of this recording, there is a $2 minimum cash out threshold needed. And while I'm not going to go through every single survey and offer wall on CashInStyle because there are just too many in my opinion to actually list on today's video, you'll see pretty quickly that shouldn't be too much of a problem, at least if you live in a country where you haven't had that much issues before with survey and offer wall prices. Taking a look at the survey area, we have surveys from the providers Cherries, Prime, and BitLabs. Right here from BitLabs, we have an 8-minute survey for $3.20 USD, whereas with Cherries, we have a 20-minute survey for $2.75. And that is just one of the many surveys available, each with their own different prices and of course, difficulty level. Now, with the offer wall section, I can't even go through and show you all of the offers that are available on CashInStyle because there are just so many available. Like, we have some ridiculous prices here for some of these offers. You just always have to have your wits about you though, okay? No matter what, just remember, these offers are usually very difficult. Like, you can imagine this one here being extremely difficult. But what I like to do is go through every single couple of days just to see if there's anything that may be worth the time and effort. Something that's pretty cool as well, CashInStyle features contests. Essentially, they're offering up rewards for people that are the most active on certain offer walls, or perhaps they may even have like certain tasks for you to try and complete, such as be the top earner for the month, for instance. They even have a leveling system, guys, where you have chests for rewards. And to support that system, they even have quests that you can go on. So overall, everyone, a fantastic platform, at least here in Australia. Let me just break down how my test went for today. For the test, guys, I withdrew $98.28 worth of USD currency, and a majority of that was earned from referrals throughout the year, by the way, everyone. Keep that in mind. And I am happy to say that I received it within 24 hours without any issues whatsoever. And that's exactly what you want to see. They actually do have an Android app as well, so just remember that, everyone. You have the website and the Android app. So that's my review on CashInStyle. Let's hope they keep up this momentum. And again, you can read more about it, including the links, on my website in the description below. Alright everyone, sit back, relax, and enjoy 7 packs of Pokemon card openings. We actually managed to get some very decent pulls, finally, and the funny thing is, this is going to wrap it up for the Chaos Rising and Perfect Order Pokemon cards for the channel, because there's a brand new set of Pokemon cards called Pitch Black that has been released, and I happen to have my hands on a lot of the packs at the moment. So all this Pokemon card opening has a reason, okay? What I'm going to end up doing is actually releasing a video where I try and open up an eBay store to hopefully try and sell off some of the items I have that are just sitting around the house doing nothing, including of course the duplicate Pokemon cards I got from opening up these packs. Now listen, am I going to be able to actually earn anything from the eBay store? Who knows, man? That's the whole point of the series. Just to try and document exactly how it works, what's involved, and if it's actually worth people's time and effort. In my opinion, I really have high hopes for it because I can see that eBay has been around pretty much forever. I'm pretty sure most people know what eBay is, okay? So as long as I have some pretty decent items, I think we should be okay. But you know what? Why not try it out? That's what I think in my head. Just remember, top left corner of the screen, we have the cost of each pack, and then the right side of the screen, of course, we have the value, okay? And funny enough, sometimes I actually do get some pretty decent cards, and thankfully, this time around, I actually pulled some pretty good ones. To be fair though, if I actually went through and compared the cost to value, I doubt I even broke even in the long run, okay? Remember, the whole point of these type of cards is to hold onto them and eventually send them off to be graded. A graded card is exponentially better than just a basic card that you're seeing now. For example, a card that could be worth, let's say, $10 may potentially be worth like $150 if it's graded PSA 10. That is the difference between a graded card and a mint condition card. Either way, as you just saw, we pulled some pretty sweet cards all in all today. Pretty happy with that. Next up, I want to talk about an app called Play Hub. So this one has really tried to mimic Just Play in my opinion, to the point where I could have sworn the title actually had Just Play in it before they changed it, everyone. Either way, this is what it looks like. At the top of the screen, you have your 3-hour timer, your balance, and of course your goal. Underneath that, you have the games that you can play to generate the points towards that goal. I don't know if you just saw that though, an intrusive ad just appeared, by the way, while I was literally on the menu, so not the best start. Anyway, underneath those little games, you have the mini game area, and there's another pop-up. Now they do have a separate game area, and these games are a lot more in depth in my opinion, but the concept still remains the same. Essentially everything on the app has been built around you guys watching advertisement, especially the task area. Here you'll find various little daily check-in and again, mini games for you guys, just those ads, okay? A very straightforward type of app here. They don't really hide it. In fact, they play an ad every 30 seconds, even on the main menu, as you just saw earlier. It is very frustrating. And there's another one. So these games aren't actually installed on your mobile phone, so that is a positive for people that may not have a lot of storage. But realistically, all we care about is it actually worth the time and effort. I'm going to save you guys some time, let me break down my test. I started my test off with 1 hour and 27 minutes on the timer. I played for around an hour and 15 minutes or so, guys. Generated 10,420 of the goal, actually beat the goal, and that converted into 6 cents worth of USD currency. Couldn't even get 10 cents for the hour. A huge letdown, especially for the advertising that this app actually has. I am happy to say though that yes, I did withdraw the currency, although it did let me only cash out 5 cents instead of 6 cents. I have no idea why, and it did arrive to my PayPal account in about 50 minutes or so. But that does not mean it's worth the time and effort, okay? And this is the big thing, guys. You have to be very precious with your time. A majority of the apps these days are just realistically useless, in my opinion anyway, at least here in Australia. Perhaps in your own country, you may find use for an application like this, but right now, there's just really no point. It had great potential, just couldn't land it. Either way, that's my review of Play Hub. Now that you're finished up with this video, please head over to my channel and check out all the latest uploads throughout the month. Thank you all so much for watching. See you next time.